have been to Estonia, one of the Baltic countries, very small, the first digital country in the world. That's a role model. With all our technology, with our India being a very IT, and India is known for IT, and that is the beauty of our system. If all of us do our duty and we can make the economy mighty, that's the way forward using the IT sector. Online. So that should be our line. So that one need not stand in line. Standing in line, going and meeting people, greeting people, shaking hand, doing something between hand should be avoided totally. That is the way forward. Reaching the benefit to the beneficiary without delay, without other things. That should be the primary aim. How do you do it? How do you take advantage of the technology? How do you improve the delivery system? This also, out of experience of different countries, or your own academic experience, you must come out with some more suggestions. The service delivery to direct benefit transfer, the need of now is to hasten the process of progress, ensure that every citizen is part of the growth story for an inclusive, forward-looking and prosperous India. By creating conducive environment and adopting right policies and regulations, India is now making pioneering efforts to improve the infrastructure need for the development with a citizen-centric approach. This is quite visible from the fact over the last few years there has been huge growth in electronic citizen service delivery. Dear friends, brothers and sisters, India is digitally connected today, but we must hasten the process. Digitization is ensuring speedy delivery of services. Apart from changing the banking and financial sector, more than 8 crore people have opened bank accounts. Some people started thinking, "Paisa nahi hai to bank account खोलने में मतलब क्या है?" This was doubt. But later they realized what is the importance of bank account on November 8, 2016. I don't want to go into the details. The Jam Trinity, Jana Dhana, Aadhaar and mobile has enabled timely delivery of services, dispersal of benefits directly to the deserving and helpful in plugging the leakages. As we are all aware, the twin process of formalization and modernization of the economy have made it transparent, inclusive and efficient. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code has helped banks to realize their loans. According to CRISIL, during 1819, the financial creditors could realize 42% of their 2.53 trillion amount involved in resolution. In percentage terms, it is marked improvement over the pre-IBC era. As per one estimate, the average time taken in resolution of insolvency cases has come down from more than 3 years to around 1 year. As a result of IBC and the recapitalization by the government, many banks are now on the path of profit. Consolidation of banks will further give them benefits of economic scale. My dear brothers and sisters, we are now in an aspirational year. 65% of the Indian people are below 35 years. 50% of the Indian people are below 25 years. Youth, their aspiration. They want to be part of the developmental story. How do you make it? You having that much youth, demographic dividend is a great advantage and opportunity. But there are also challenges because they are aspiration. People used to wait for years earlier. Now they are not willing to wait. They want results. They want them also to participate in this developmental process. How do you do it? For that, what are the ways? What are the out-of-box solutions? This is also one of the laws that you should take care. Government, of course, they will be doing whatever government is, but you also should provide government with some ideas which are out-of-box so that we can move on. I'm happy that the government have reacted to the current situation to ease credit flow by recapitalizing the banks and persuading them to reach out to the and credit. It has asked the departments and PSUs to realize the outstanding use of MSME supplies to raise liquidity in the economy. I appreciate the broad theme chosen for this conference, which is focusing on economic growth, fiscal federalism, livelihoods, and environment. Environment is very important. At the same time, development also is equally important. So they must go hand in hand. And we must also change the mindset of the people because loving the nature, love and live with the nature. Nature, culture, together, better future. This should be understood the war, and we must change the mindset of the people. Because we are destroying forests, and now we are planting trees. We have destroyed, obstructed, and polluted the rivers. Now we are trying to clean the rivers. We have not paid enough attention on these vital aspects because nature always helps the people. That's why you have to love. If you love the nature, nature will love you. If you don't love the nature, you can't. And we are fortunate to have so much good this thing. I was in London some time back. The driver who was driving my car said, "Sir, good morning." He said, "Good morning. Namaste." He said, "Sir, today is a very happy day." I said, "Why?" "Sunny day, sir, sunny." I said, I understood, but I asked him, "Is it your son's birthday?" He said, "No, sir, sun is very bright." I told him, "Poor fellow, in India, 365 days are sunny days." But we never bothered to harness sun. Of late, we started now solar arrays. We took initiative for the international solar arrays. How much benefit? How much benefit? People of Chhattisgarh, they know better. The thermal power used to be 6 rupees plus. Now solar power is coming to 2.6 or 7 rupees. That's the benefit. We neglected the nature earlier. Now we have to focus more and more on the nature. Protect the water because there is going to be water crisis in the future for the entire world, not only India. To conserve, preserve, reduce, recycle, reuse water. That's one way forward. These are the corrections that has to come from the mindset of the people. Mere legislative actions are not going to suffice unless you correct the mindset of the people by proper motivation, by giving them proper examples, by making them to know what is happening internationally, what has been the historical experience. These are the issues. In every matter, not only this, even on the social issues, like atrocities against women, are the now here and there we hear the stories and we try to score points on each other. But you need to correct not only legally, you need to bring bills, okay, but you must also change. That's why I remember when the discussion was there on Nirvaya in Parliament. I raised my hand, the chairman said, "Do you want to speak?" I was a member. Now, of course, I am the chairman. I told the chairman, "I don't want to speak, I want only one point to add." He said, "What?" I said, "What is required is not a new bill. What is required is political will, administrative skill, then go for the kill of the social evil." This is what I want. You need to do the same thing. Proper paying of taxes, taking action. And then when something happens, we all look at it and say, instant justice. You cannot, it's not a constant, it's not an instant coffee. Instant justice cannot be given, but constant delays should be avoided. This has to be understood by one and all in the system. So even about repayments in the taxation system, even about the dues, what the CM was telling about the states. All these things, these has to be addressed in a proper manner so that you address the grievances and all of us progress positively in the future. This is what is required to be done. So these fiscal federalism, livelihoods and environments, these discussions and deliberations will provide useful policy inputs to the government, जो हम समाज की अंतिम पंक्ति के लोगों तक पहुंचा है, उन्हें विकास के मुख्य धारा में शामिल करना है, उन तक विकास और प्रशासन का फल पहुंचाना चाहिए। जब लंबे समय से समाज के हाशियों पर रहे लोगों का सशक्तिकरण होगा, तभी हमारा भारत सही मायनों में एक खुशहाल भारत बन पाएगी। समाज विकास की ये संकल्पना हमारा सभी कार्यक्रमों में दिखना चाहिए। भारत सरकार ने ऐसे अनेक कार्यक्रम शुरू किया है, वो कार्यक्रम को प्रजांदोलन का रूप देना चाहिए। They should not be left to the government of the state or the center alone. Government has a primary responsibility unless people also involve, support, and you motivate the people to support such initiatives. The change cannot come. This has to be understood. इसलिए सभी को जन आंदोलन का रूप देने में भी जो policy makers, जो academic thinkers, they have a greater role because you say something, your words carry weight. Media says something, it has some effect. Cinema says something, it has some effect. Keeping all these things in mind, every stakeholder in the system must go for social mobilization, thinking of the mindset and change of the systems. How do you take care of the honest taxpayer? How do you punish the erring person? What are the signals you want to give? This is the direction in which we have to think and we have to really take initiative. So what I would like to suggest today is, I don't want to make a long speech. Fiscal discipline. What is the situation? What is the solution? What are the correctives? Policy matters. Two. Second, totally inclusive growth. We are moving in that direction, center and state, but still we must accelerate the process. Three, involving the rural areas and protecting agriculture in a much more meaningful manner, because facing ups and downs. Keeping that in mind, how you make value addition, how you make food processing, how you divert from the main paddy and meat cultivation to other allied activities like ID, poultry, the governor was mentioning about the same, other, and then how to make them, what do you call, more profitable, so that by giving a lecture, they are not going to change their this thing, because they are everywhere together. But if you go to it properly, and if you give them economic incentives, then people will definitely do other allied activities also. This is an area where we will focus. And then how to avoid or discourage freebies to the undeserved people. People say free power. According to me, free power means first low power. Afterwards, free power, low power, then no power. No power is free power only. Chhattisgarh is a power producing state. Can you produce power freely? Is it possible? What are its effects? One has to understand. But at the same time, the vulnerable sections among the farming community, the small, the marginal, how do you protect his interest? How do you encourage people who are paying proper taxes? That's also the interest of the, and then how to take care of the forest wealth, how to end this rural-urban dichotomy. Mahatma Gandhi said after independence, he said back to village, but we have shown our back and then moved towards towns. Now it's not easy to change this urbanization, because education, employment, entertainment, economic activities, enhanced medical facilities are all situated mostly in urban areas. That's why people are moving. How do you shift some of this, as per the direction of Abdul Kalam, to the rural areas and also make those facilities available so that the migration can be reduced? Otherwise, it is becoming unstoppable. Even I have migrated from rural development ministry to urban development ministry. During Vajpayee's government, I was rural development minister. Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana. During Narendra Modi's government, I became urban development minister. I asked my colleagues, "Why, what is this?" They said that because the migration is heavy, rural people are coming to urban areas, you have to take care of those rural people, that's why this responsibility is later when this correction, you do something in the rural area, you get incentive. You get incentive, then people will try to do that in the rural areas. Otherwise, simply giving a lecture on agriculture or basic culture, and then our soul lies in villages and all. Like I said, let the soul rest in peace, sir. Thank you very much. You need to correct us. For that also, what are the incentives you can suggest? How to improve the livelihood of the rural people? Ensuring productive livelihood and employment generation should be one of the major objectives of development, along with inclusive growth and equity. As I told you, we are a young population, we have a bright future, we have talent. Many of our people go around the globe, see the international organizations, many of the Indians are leading it. Because it was you see the Microsoft, you see the International Monetary Fund Chief Economic Advisor from Mysore. And you have so many examples. Because there is talent. You recognize the talent, encourage the talent, give incentives, then they will stay back, they will join the national reconstruction, and all of us together can take the country forward. That should be our approach. I am very very happy that you are all going to focus on this and make in India, skill India, digital India, clean India, startup, stand-up, innovation. All these programs should be given further push by policy formulations and economic support. As per the one estimate in the first half of the current year, around $4 billion were invested in around 300 domestic startups. This is the promise our youngsters hold in global investment markets. So, my dear friends, delegates, take advantage of this, exchange ideas, know the better experiences, hear the success stories, apply the real stories, and then come with some new ideas, useful ideas, constructive ideas, so that the country can be benefited. The beautiful state of Chhattisgarh has rich mineral deposits with huge potential for industrial development. A seasonal population is traditionally dependent on forests, and we need to strike a fine balance between the environment and development. Unsustainable production and consumption might result in irreversible damage to our ecosystem. The state is home for 3 Maharatna PSUs, namely NTPC, Coal India, SAIL, and 1 Navaratna PSU, NMDC. These PSUs have provided the basis for rapid industrialization of the state. It has to be further accelerated, and the state was created in 2000 during the 8th Conference period. We should come with some meaningful solutions because we are having an international conference, conclave here in the state. So please apply your mind also to the problems and to the reality of the situation and come with some meaningful, valuable solutions. This is my advice to you all. I am very much thankful for giving me this opportunity to come and meet you, address you, and share some of my thoughts with you. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.